Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. It's the Full Love Tarot this time, a Celtic Cross full love spread for you. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, or want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you can also find the timestamps to fast forward to your reading. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? And the crystal is out with the Knight of Cups in the Lightseers Tarot deck. Or would you like the flower? And this beautiful yellow flower is out with the Knight of Emotions, the Knight of Cups again, but in the Muse Tarot this time. Or would you like the shell? This beautiful little shell is out with the Devil card. Yikes. So take your pick now, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there as you're watching the video. Leave me a comment. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell if you're new. I make an energy update every single day of the year for the collective, including full moons and new moons as well. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give 1 question readings. Now you can book in for one of those on my website, behealing.com. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. You don't need to come along live because I will do any pre-booked readings right at the start of the show and then send you all the links to the replay so that you can watch it back, or you can come live and book while I'm live as well. I also make 3 of these Love Pick a Card reads a week as well. Check those out on my YouTube channel. And I offer private readings from my website, behealing.com. You can book in for one of those. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there if you want something more. If you've got questions for that reading, you can click on the Contact Us page after you've booked in and put your questions in there. Well, enjoy the reading. Crystal, flower, or shell? Which one is it? I'll see you in there. So if you chose the crystal along with the Lightseers Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So your cards have started flying out already. Let's find out what this reading is all about straight away. We've got the Chariot along with the Knight of Cups. This could be someone who has romantic intent with you, someone coming towards you for some romance, wanting to take you on a date, do something very special with you. Could be that they're pulled in 2 directions as well, and they're communicating directly with you. So communicating directly with you, want some romance with you, but here's the Chariot card. They could be kind of rushing into it even though they're of 2 minds. So being pulled in 2 directions, or that could be you being pulled in 2 directions. You're not sure whether to go out with them or not, whether to open up to them or not, whether their romance is true or not, you know, whether they've got good intentions or not. So you might be in 2 minds about them. But anyway, they're directly communicating with you, the 8 of Wands. It seems that they're kind of driven to pursue you romantically. So it's that story. Let's find out more about it then. So what is holding you back in this then? I feel like that the more I'm tapping into it, the more I'm feeling like that Chariot card is yours, that being pulled in 2 directions, you're not quite sure. What's hindering you? Page of Cups and Judgment. Okay. Well, the Page of Cups is a very dreamer kind of a card. And so, and Judgment is about your decisions. So you might be questioning whether you're good at picking, you know, whether someone's got good intent or not. Now, with this Page of Cups, it might be that often you are kind of dreamy and perhaps a little bit naive about people, like believing your fantasies about them more than you believe, you know, the energy that's coming in. You might be the kind of person that tells yourself you just have a good feeling about this person, but the good feeling, it might be about yourself and your good intent and your positive feelings and your positive imaginings about somebody rather than actually being about the other person. So yeah, you could just be such a positive person that you have, you know, positive dreams about people, see the best in people and imagine that it's all going to go really well. And then you're thinking that that's your intuition. Now, if you think this is holding you back, you're not sure whether your picker is off, whether whether you're very good at picking people, or whether you just keep on falling into this trap. None of us know. None of us know how someone's going to be in relationship until we get in there and give them a go and try it out, right? What we can do is, when we're dating someone, when we're getting to know them, we can just take it really slowly and let them prove themselves to us. So try and keep an as open as mind as possible about who they are or whatever, and then just take them on face value. So get to know them, let them show you who they are, let them show you whether they're invested or not. Now, this might also be saying that you dive into relationships just a little bit too much. So you go all in and you're kind of committed to them straight away, and ignoring any feedback that you get from them. So you might not notice whether somebody's making an effort in the relationship or not, because you're in it. So you're making a lot of effort and you don't notice that the other person isn't, or whether they are or not really. You just keep on doing that. So I would say with this energy, you need to be a bit more discerning, not trying to guess whether someone's going to be good for you in the long term, because like I said, none of us know that. None of us know that. We have to go on dates, we have to get to know someone, we have to spend more time with them, we have to see them in lots of different circumstances before we can really say, yeah, this is the person for me. So when you're dating someone, when you're getting to know them, you've got to be in balance. In balance meaning you make an effort, they make an effort, you make an effort, they make an effort. Not keeping score kind of thing, but you can be noticing, keeping it conscious about the balance. And yeah. So you don't need to guess. You don't need to guess beforehand whether they're going to be good or not. Nobody can do that. But there is a need to kind of take it more deliberately, slowly, and not go all in. So we can't presume that someone is just good for us and going to be right for us when we first meet them at all. So how do things appear on the face of it? The Wheel of Fortune, the tide's turning, things have changed, you're getting lucky this time. So it might appear that you're kind of getting lucky with this person. What's really behind that? So this person might have an element of too good to be true, which is making you wary as well. Sun, they're making you happy. So they're making you happy. Yeah, okay. Right, so the Knight of Cups comes towards you with direct communication. So they're wanting romance and all of that kind of thing, and you're a bit wary. Even though it looks like this person could make you really happy, right? And the tides have turned. We just never know, hey? Even if you've had a run of bad luck and you've been meeting the types that aren't for you, let's put it that way, rather than wrong types. This could be the right one. I see quite a lot of videos and stuff like that out there saying how do you keep on attracting this type? You don't attract a certain type. You let a certain type in. You don't attract them. You attract any type. You can attract. You'll attract a mixture of types. We all do. We all attract a mixture of types. You don't attract a certain type, but you'll be letting in. You'll be saying yes to a certain type for sure, or not learned yet to say no to a certain type. Let's put it that way. And the higher vibe you are, the more work you do on yourself, the more you become attractive to everybody. So the more types you'll be attracting as well. And the more discerning you've got to be in that case. That law of attraction isn't true that you raise your vibe and you're only going to be attracting the good ones. That's just not true. You attract all of them. So yeah, need to be more discerning. So recent past energies, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So you could have been working on something long-term kind of thing, or being in a long-term relationship. Doesn't have to be within a relationship, the Ten of Pentacles, but seems like you've got your sights on long-term kind of thing. You've built something up for yourself. You want a partner to build things up with kind of thing. Seems like a decision, that to me, that Ten of Pentacles is this is what I want now. I want a long-term partner now. Enough of this playing around. No more games kind of thing. This is what I want. And what about what's coming in the near future? The near future. Like, it might appear that you're attracting certain types, yeah, because if you've made a strong decision like that you want something for the long term, and then with that strong decision you're like, well, I'm going to turn down or knock back anyone that isn't that. And so then when you're going through your Tinder profiles or whatever, and it just says like short-term fun and all of that kind of thing, you're like, no, not that one. Only going for the ones that say that they want long-term. And then when you meet them, asking them about that, you know, and making sure that you're on the same page. So you'll be getting rid of more of them. You'll be getting rid of more of it. And then you might say, oh yeah, well, I set my sights on a long-term relationship, and then I manifested it, you know, and then I attracted them in. But you will still attract all of them in. You just have to get more picky. The decision is more about giving you rules of who to say yes to and who to say no to, than it is about any kind of a magic or who's coming towards you. Because as I said, as you raise your vibration, as you know who you are, as you're really confident, you're going to be attracting everybody. All kinds of people. So, okay, near future, what energies you've got coming in? Well, you've got this Four of Cups energy, which is like bored waiting kind of thing. When's the big shiny cup going to come in? Because I'm not seeing it anywhere. Ace of Swords, but this could be like a new start for you. Ace of Swords, like a great idea kind of thing. It doesn't feel like in your love life this. Could be bored of waiting for someone, and you've got like an idea of something to do in your life, and you're going for that. So getting on with something, that's a good energy to have as well. What's this reading also about? Knight of Cups, the Chariot, the Eight of Wands. What is it also about? So you've got somebody in at the moment, this Knight of Cups, but this feels like you're still waiting in the near future. Perhaps a little disappointed. What's this reading also about? It's about the Four of Wands. It's about solid foundations, right? Okay. So solid foundations, that is the stuff of getting to know someone really slowly and taking them as they are. So, yeah, getting to know them and taking them as they are. Exactly what I said. How else can I put that? Letting someone prove themselves to you, getting to know them bit by bit, nice and slowly, making sure that they're the kind of person that's not like hanging off your energy kind of thing. So giving them space, time alone. Because like sometimes people can show that they're not emotionally stable when you do that as well, when you give them some space and then they react to that emotionally. That can be a warning sign and a red flag. You've got to put people in the positions to show you the red flags. And I'm not talking like testing, but if you take your time with that, some guys, they're just, well, and some girls too, you know, will react really badly to that. So if you're not messaging back too soon, if you won't meet up with them straight away, that kind of thing, if they're having emotional reactions to that, then that might be yeah, a warning sign there. But four of Wands here feels like just taking things slowly. And so there's solid foundations. You know, if someone wants something long term with you, they're going to build it up in the right way, in that same way, like that too. So you might be kind of waiting for someone to do that. Not someone to sweep you off your feet, which this energy could be, someone trying to sweep you off your feet. Yeah, it could be. But I don't know, with this Judgment card and all of that and the Chariot, I think it could be a love bomber, but this reading is kind of warning you, well, don't go all in on this. Just let them keep on proving themselves, you know, because if they do, and if they do keep on making those efforts and doing really nice things for you and all of that kind of stuff, then there's someone that's invested. And if they don't do that, then next. So what are your fears with all of this? Falling in love. I was feeling this. I was feeling it. So you're fearing falling in love, right? So it must be your pattern then that that you'll just fall for someone, and when you fall for someone, you go all in, and you can't take it slowly, and that's really difficult for you. Healthy skepticism. I think that's the way forward, and just be like happy to get to know somebody. Perhaps it's best for you not to move it to the physical stage too soon as well, to to stop that. I mean, we want to fall in love, don't we? But we want to fall in love with the right person. We don't want to fall in love with the wrong person. So it really is best to get to know someone first. You're fearing reciprocation. That's interesting. Six of Pentacles. That could be like somebody falling hard for you. Fearing somebody falling hard for you when, if they're in that same kind of an energy. So you might have had the experience of someone like you falling in love with you as well. Someone that goes all in, someone that kind of doesn't know you, and they're saying the same things to you like they're in love with you before they really know you. Do you know what I mean? There's some people that do that. They invest way too much, way too soon. You know, you can go on a date with somebody and then suddenly they're messaging you all the time, and it's like, this is inappropriate for this level. It's like, we've been on one date. It's still very light. I'm still getting to know you, and then you really fall on. So you might be wary of falling in love yourself because of how you speed things along. You might also be wary of someone else doing that to you as well if you've experienced that. It is kind of freaky. Too much too soon kind of thing, that kind of an energy. What are your hopes? Six of Wands. You're hoping to be seen to be successful. So that means, like, you know, having that person, your long-term person that you're committed to and they're committed to you on your arm kind of thing. Seen to being successful. So it's about, you know, kind of, the Six of Wands is about, yes, it's about the success, but it's also about like other people seeing that too. It could be an element of like proving lovable there as well. You know, other people seeing that you're with somebody. You might need to feel, you might feel that you need to prove lovable to other people. You want other people to see you happy and loved by someone. For some reason, perhaps you've had people telling you that you're not going to find anyone else or something like that, that no one else will love you again or something. And that, you know, that from that pain, you might be wanting to prove them wrong, to show them that somebody does love you. So there might be an aspect in here that you need to believe in yourself more. You are lovable. Of course you're lovable. And you don't need to prove that at all. Three of Cups. Hoping for like friendships and more of a social kind of inclusion is what I'm getting from that. And so you might want to be a bit more social, have more of a social life, have a bit more of have more people in your life. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal the first outcome card to you in this reading, but the rest of them, which will be about 5 or 6 more, because I'm going to get a progression out, will be revealed in that deeper dive, that extended reading. So I will also be getting cards out from the decks back there as well for some guidance for you. More information as well about this person. We want to get into this Knight of Cups because it wasn't really about that person. It was more about you, this reading. So we want to get some messages from that Knight of Cups, see what that one's all about and their energy. What else? Timelines for all of this. Perhaps there's going to be someone else popping up in these outcome cards if they ever come out. Oh, straight away you've got someone else popping up. So yeah, we'll be getting timing cards out for all of this and perhaps getting into their character too. 3, 4. Oh, that looks very promising. 5 and 6. Yeah, I need to get one more out. I don't want to leave it there. One more out, please. 2 more out then. Okay. Got a lot of cards out for your outcome then. It does look very promising. Now, the first one out is the Page of Swords. This is somebody who is watching you, has noticed you. Yeah. Could be attracted to you, paying attention to you, perhaps getting to know you. This is not the same energy as the Knight of Cups there. And then you've got all of this as well, which is leading on directly from this one. So, yeah, if this sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be a story, you already have somebody who's got their eye on you. So interesting. You are attracting a lot of people if you've got 2 people there already with romantic intent. If that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on that subscribe button if you're new, and if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So your cards are out already. Let's see what they are. What is this reading all about for flowers? About the Page of Emotions, and it's about the Knight of Emotions. Oh, this is someone with a love interest. Someone who is very positive and dreaming about you and all that kind of thing, positive things about you. The Knight of Emotions coming towards you with that romance, like wanting to have romance with you. So this is someone who's got very high hopes for you, very positive, yeah, very high hopes of having a love relationship with you, and it's definitely romantic, that's for sure. Wow, okay. So what's hindering you in this then? What's holding you back? What's hindering you? What's going on here? That's too many. What's holding flowers back then? What's hindering this love connection, this romance? The Hierophant. The Hierophant is long-term or doing things by the book. This could be someone that wants to do things by the book. Very romantic intent towards you, but there will be a gentleman about it, you know, and buy you flowers and take you out on a date, and you know, be the one to call you back the next day or something like that. Have a very the Hierophant is like old school kind of thing. They do things in an old school kind of a way, so they'll want to, what do they call it, old school kind of dating. So what's holding you back? Perhaps that they're taking their time with it, or want to be very traditional in it all. How do things appear on the surface, on the face of it? So it feels to me like you guys, you're asking about somebody that's come into your life for this reading. 5 of Emotions, like your heart's closed and you're not sure whether you should open it or not. Ooh. What's really behind that? What's really behind that? 7 of Voices and the Moon. You don't know whether they are fooling you or not, whether they're being legit. So you've got someone coming toward you very traditionally with a lot of emotions here, a lot of cups, offering you something, but you're not sure that they're legit. You're being a bit frosty about it. So I think you've got some baggage going on here in the past, and you're not sure whether to open up to this person or not. And that, the Hierophant, it could be that you want to do things the traditional way, whereas the Knight of Emotions, Page of Emotions, that's someone that's just going to want to rush in kind of thing, because it's all parts, you know, it's all emotions. So they could be wanting to rush things in, but you want the more traditional kind of thing, and that could be what you want, is making you wary. You could be slowing things down here just to make sure that they're legit and they're not fooling you. So yeah, your person here, they could be quite, not naive, but heart on sleeve kind of thing, perhaps young in the relationship arena kind of thing. Don't have to be young in years, but they might not have had very many relationships. And yeah, feels kind of It doesn't feel like they're doing anything underhanded, but are they choosing well if they've got that page knight kind of an energy, you know? Because it's not a king energy. It's not someone that's like mastered something. It's very fresh, young kind of an energy. Recent past. Recent past energy, 7 of inspiration and a 4 of inspiration. You protected yourself from someone that was married. So someone came towards you that wasn't available to married, and you protected yourself from them. Okay. So that might be why you want to do this, you know. You want someone to come toward you traditionally. What's coming in the near future? Now, if you had to protect yourself from someone that's married, you could be wondering whether this one is married. That's why the Hierophant card could come up here. And you might be like, should I open my heart to this person because they might be deceiving me? This one might be married too. If you've had that experience of married people going after you, they're not really available. Yeah, that would make you wary for sure. Near future. Near future energy. I'm going to sneeze. The Knight of Inspiration and the Tower. Wow. Surprise passion coming towards you. So they could really surprise you with a passionate offer. It feels like the same person to me. Still that Knight energy. So they want something with you. What could be surprising about that? I don't know, if they do something in public or something like that, you know, a grand gesture, or in front of your friends or in front of their friends or something like that. It could be something like that, but yeah, passionate offer. What is this reading also about? About the 4 of emotions. You know what you deserve. You deserve something really big. And so you kind of sat there going, well, I want someone to come at me right now. You guys, you might have been doing a lot of the inner work, you know, required to get into a really good relationship, and you might know exactly how you want someone to approach you, and that might be just a little bit restrictive because someone might have not been doing the exact same work as you and realize, oh, I need to approach this person exactly like this. It could be a little bit restrictive, that energy, but yeah, I get it. You want to be, it's the Hierophant and the same, you know, I want to be approached right this time, but just be careful of your idea of right and their idea of right. Might be different because they're coming across as this real sweet kind of an energy, naive, not with, you know, we only know what we really want and how we want someone to approach us when we've been through all the crap, right? We know because we've found out how we don't want to be approached, right? Now, if they haven't had those kind of experiences, then they won't have learned that kind of thing. You know, won't be on the same page there, and that's not kind of their fault. Okay, so what are your fears? The Fool. You fear diving into this. The Emperor, taking control of it. The Emperor energy, it can be like narcissism if it's in the negative, someone very controlling, you know, could be that. But for some of you, you might have been in relationships like that before and be wary of that. But you could be wary of diving in, taking a risk on this. It feels risky to you to go for this one. Because they're not coming at you as you would imagine or as you really want them to come at you. What are your hopes? What are your hopes? The 6 of Materials, for reciprocation, for someone to be on the exact same page as you. I get it. Yeah. There's something to be said for this energy though, you know, especially with this 5 of Emotions. That's the frosty, you know. I've got my heart closed at the moment because I've been through some crap kind of thing, but the 5 of Emotions, it invites us to defrost our hearts and to open back up. Whereas someone that's got this Knight, Page, Cups energy, the heart on the sleeve kind of thing, they're that love injection. They're the heart opener kind of people. They're the ones that, like, they've hardly been hurt, and so I'm not saying they've never been hurt, but they've hardly been hurt, and so they're still willing to go out there with that heart, and that's really nice energy. You know, when I was after I went through a divorce, I went out with, there were probably about 3 in the run guys, and they were all 22-year-old. They're always 22, and they had this energy. They weren't yet jaded by life and by love, and it was just really nice. It was really nice after, you know, being married in my 20s to get to age 30 and then to meet guys like this and go out with them, and they were just open, and it reminded me to open my heart again and not to be so jaded. So there's something in that, you know, rather than in the I want someone jaded that will be really careful and then come toward me like that. It's like, is that truly what's best for your heart? Eight of Voices. Trapped, or breaking free of a trap. So you want to break free of the trap that you're in. So you might feel like closed at the moment and unable to get out of this. I'm closed down and no one's approaching me right kind of thing, exactly as I want them. And you might feel, yeah, just kind of closed down, be wanting to break free of those. So let's get your outcome cards out. So what's the outcome then for flowers? Flowers, I'm going to reveal the first outcome card from this progression in this reading, but the rest of them I'm going to reveal in the deeper dive reading, that extended reading. In that extended reading, I'll also be getting cards out of all these decks back here as well for guidance for you. We'll get messages from your person as well. Let's see what they want to say for themselves. Outcome. Outcome for flowers, please. I'll also be getting timing cards out for whatever's coming in the future as well. And I'm going to get into the character of this person as well a little bit more. Of course, the timing of this, Knight of Inspiration in the Tower, this surprising thing. One, two, three, 4, 5. Ooh. Wow. Can't be all of those. Let's go again. 5. So 1 or 2 more, please, for the outcome for flowers. Okay, 1 more it is. Right, so your outcome cards here. Let me just take a look at them. Okay. Yep, still a journey to go down. First outcome card is the Queen of Emotions. It's your time to receive now. It's not your time to be in control of all of this, be the one that says how it'll go and be the one that manifests it and be the one that kind of dictates it all. It's your time to receive now. Queen of Emotions is like trusting more, trusting the universe more, trusting people more, seeing what love they've got to offer you and letting it in. The Queen of Emotions, she allows herself to be loved in whatever way people want to love her. That's not allowing people to abuse you or anything like that. It's allowing the love in however they want to love you. So if someone wants to take you out, then you let them take you out. If someone else wants to be generous with you, you let them be generous with you. It's allowing yourself to do things like that, allowing yourself to receive, and with no excuses kind of thing, and you're not owing that person if you receive from them as well. So how else can I describe this? When I got to the stage of the Queen of Emotions, I realized that it's okay for people to do things for me, and it's okay for me to accept those things from them without owing them or needing to be in a relationship with them or being theirs or whatever. And I could just allow, and it didn't just go for romance or people that I could turn into a romantic relationship. It went for other relationships too, friendships and other people. I just allowed myself to receive, not in a way that I say I want to receive, like, no, you need to love me like this is my love language, you love me in my love language, not your love language. It was just like, no, if they want to give gifts, sure, that's not my love language gift, but they can gift me if they want, and I'm open to receive that. If someone wants to give me words of affirmation, then, you know, and if someone wants to be generous, then they can be generous. And just like letting more in, allow myself to receive more and not feeling guilty about that, and just like knowing, yes, I do deserve to receive. Other people like to give. I should be a recipient of all of that kind of stuff, and just letting it in, letting people love me how they want to love me, and being okay with that, not being like dictating it. And so I feel that it's feels like there's a need for you to open up into your heart. And I think that's why this person is here, because they're a heart opener kind of a person. So if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. See where this is headed. Let's get you some advice out, reveal these outcome cards, and yeah, help you a little bit more in all of this. If you want to do that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then try it on a different device and it should do. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on that subscribe button if you're new. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one is for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross love spread, find out what's going on in your love life at the moment. Now, as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's go straight into your reading. You've got one card out, first of all. Now, the crystal and the flowers, they both got the Knight of Emotions, the Knight of Cups out first. Let's see what yours is. This is Devil. Oh, how different could it be? The Devil. This is fears. This is obsession. It is overindulgence. It is, yeah, it can be not good energy. Let's get deeper into this. Wow, we got the Devil card. Okay, so what's hindering shells in this? Communication and Ten of Swords. Painful communication. Okay, so, right, this could be about like a breakup situation, or someone's done the wrong thing by you. You've had a painful separation here because someone said something. And yeah, that could be, you could be looking at that message that they sent you over and over again, or replaying that conversation if it was face-to-face over and over again. Something that cannot leave you alone, the Devil. So this is negative energy. Somebody, there's been some kind of a rift with somebody here, and the communication is plaguing you. Yeah, going over and over again, causing more and more pains as you're reliving it kind of thing. Like, you might be talking to your friends about it, saying, they said this, and it like really hurts. Wow. Yikes. Sorry if you're going through this. How do things appear on the face of it? Eight of Cups, yeah. Like someone's walked away. That's it. That's the end of it. Like someone's walked away. Whew. And what's really behind that? What's really behind that? Wow. The Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands, right. So it looks like someone's walked away, but this is reciprocal energy with the Six of Pentacles. The Two of Wands, a decision of action. So there was a disagreement. You both wanted to do something different, or you both had a different idea about something, which means that the energy was reciprocal. So there could have been stubbornness on both people's parts here. It could be them that pulled the plug, but you both could have been filling the bathtub up with this energy. The Six of Pentacles means it's reciprocal, so you're both to blame, or both created this energy with decisions that you're making, action that you were taking, right? So if this painful ending, say, is someone's like cheated and walked away or something like that, because you've got very painful stuff going on here. I'm not telling you that they cheated if they haven't, but if it was a situation like that, that kind of a pain, this is kind of saying you had a part to play in that. Like, I don't like to deliver messages like that, because really, if someone decides to cheat, that's on them, right? But the decisions that we make in relationships can make some make them feel left out, and so they go elsewhere, kind of thing. You know what I mean? In other words, if you're in a relationship and you decide, say, to go out with your friends every night, rather than investing into that relationship, and then, I'm not saying that this is the case, but and then they go and cheat, then that's hardly surprising, is it? Now, that's an extreme example of this, but this is saying, like, decisions that you've both made have contributed to the reason for the walking away. So perhaps there was a lack of investment or a lack of thinking of the other person on both sides of things. That's what it feels like to me. We've got a toxic situation going on here, and it won't leave you alone because of what was said. So you're rerunning it, still in this energy. Even though they've walked away, they'll still be in the energy as well of it. They won't be walked away and be like all happy and like, no. They'll still be in this energy. Okay, recent past energy then. What? The Empress. So the Empress is the divine feminine energy, knowing what it is that you deserve. Like, you might have been very aware of what you deserve, how you deserve to be treated and all of that kind of thing, and you might have taken a stand with that. It's very empowered kind of an energy, the Empress energy. Okay, what's coming in the near future? Strength. You'll need to be strong in that position. Right. So now, even though this said it's reciprocal energy, so you made some decisions that contributed to this, contributed to them feeling however that they felt in order to walk away. They've got reason for that. It's not just random. But I do feel like the stance that you made in the past there was a good one, and you're going to have to stand strong with that in the future as they're coming in. That doesn't mean be like fingers in the ears, la 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 la, I can't hear you, when they come with their side of things. You'll have to be open to listening to that, of course, because it's a relationship, not a dictatorship. My eyes are just drawn to those cherries there that the devil's got. I don't know why. Cherries, but might resonate with you. One of you, anyway. Anyway, what else is this reading about? It's about the Devil, the Five of Cups. Regrets. This is about regrets. Right, okay. So, the regrets. You've got regrets, they've got regrets in this situation. Now, you taking a stand in the past might have triggered them. So giving you the benefit of the doubt here that there wasn't any stubborn energy or anything like that, if you like squeaky clean energy and the Empress energy, it might have triggered them because of something that they've experienced in the past, right? It could be that situation, but there's regrets, and there might be regrets on both sides here. And I think sometimes we need to soften up a little bit and admit some kind of a fault. It might be good to look for why this reciprocation energy is coming up here. Why is the reading saying that you both did something here? It doesn't have to be anything major. I'm not saying like you did something terribly wrong, especially because with this Ten of Swords, they could have done something terribly wrong. Like really, they could have done something really hurtful or said something really hurtful. But before that, the energy of this was building up before that. It's like, what before that were you both doing that caused this energy to be there, caused this situation? There's something in that, there's some regrets here that need to be addressed on both of your sides. Okay, what are your fears? Seven of Cups, like someone's got choices. Someone's like, I think perhaps you fear that you've got choices, they've got choices, like you could move on from this instead of repairing it. Now, we've always got the choice of moving on and then making the same mistakes in the next relationship, or we can figure it out in this one instead. Not that we need to make this relationship work, but we could figure this particular issue out so that you don't do it next time with them or anyone else, right? So yeah, you could be fearing they've got other options. 7 of Cups. But we've always got other options, right? All of us have always got other options. Of course we have. We can make any decision in our life at any point. Fears, the Star. That's hope. So you're kind of fearing, okay, being hopeful about this, fearing being hopeful about it. So part of you wants to sort this out, and I think that part of you in your heart is a good one to listen to. We should listen to our hearts like that. Okay, what are your hopes? Queen of Swords. Drawing boundaries, very, very strong boundaries, saying no and all of that kind of thing. Being strong, having boundaries, yes. And the Queen of Pentacles. So you're hoping that you're staying really strong and staying stable in all of this, and with your boundaries and all of that, upholding your boundaries. That's a good way to be. Especially if it is the Empress energy that you got into that caused them to be triggered into any kind of bad behavior there. Perhaps they felt to stand up to you when you got into that empowered energy. You don't want that in a relationship, right? You want them to be supportive of you being empowered, and vice versa. Shouldn't be trying to bring each other down in relationships. I don't know if that's what's going on or what, but wow, we've got a very sticky situation here. Let's get the outcome cards out, huh? So in the reading, in the deeper dive reading, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards because I'm going to get a few of them out here, but I'm going to reveal the first outcome card in this reading, which is the 3 of Wands. We'll get into that after I've got the rest of the cards out. 2. Okay. Then what? 3. 4. Okay. It's hopeful. 5. 6. Okay. Right. We've got some kind of a regression of resolution here. Yeah. Going on. But the first card is the 3 of Wands. So you've got a bit of a wait here before anything is going to get moving on this. So the time that you've got now, even though you're going over and over and over and over what is being said, and it's probably driving you crazy, or reading what they typed to you, there's some wait for perfect timing. It's like you both got to calm down first and see your side of things first. Get really clear on yourself instead of being in this reaction devil energy. So yeah, first of all, you've got to wait, and then you've got all the rest of this. So if you want to find out what these are, if this sounds like it is your story, could be a story. Want it to be? Do you want it to be a story? I'm not so sure about that. But if it is, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. As well as revealing these cards and going into that reading, I'm going to get cards out, get message cards out for them. Let's find out more about this situation. Advice cards out for you too. We'll get timing cards for this stuff that's coming in the future as well. If you're interested in that, then I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, you just need to try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. And if this is where you, oh no, that's the other, yes, if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly.